वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपा बुद्धिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातुमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, warm welcome everyone in the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we'll continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 16, text 1 to 3, we'll try to see some purports and then move on. Hopefully, if time permits, we'll try to study further. Before we go, a question for all of us. Many times it happens, right? Children and sometimes for elderly as well. Walking, say, and suddenly they fall down. Or in bathroom, suddenly fall down, going down the stairs, suddenly fall down, or whilst climbing the stairs suddenly fall down. So question is, when a person falls down, what is left with him? What is next for him? What does a person do when he falls down? Accidentally, or I don't think so knowingly anyone falls down willingly, but say when someone falls down, what is the next for him? Kanika, Manish, Harsha, Reena, Spep, Deepti, others.
They try to stand again.
Very nice. Anyone else? Any other thoughts? What is next left for a person when one falls down? Simple question enough, I believe, right?
They get back up.
They get back up. It is a natural for anyone. No? Just someone who falls down, say car and had a crash or but yeah, then get back up, rise again. Now see in this rising again, one thing might happen what? Say a child has fallen down. Sometimes what do they do? Tantrum, na? Sometimes the child then he won't get up again. He will spread out and he will just be on the floor and cry. Just make a loud cry. And he will be so absorbed or obsessed in his crying that even if mother, father, parents, family, guardians ask, what is it do you want? Or take this. Do you want a lollipop? Take lollipop. Do you want sweets? Take sweets. Do you want video game? Take this. But still the child is so absorbed in his crying, he doesn't mention what does he want. He still goes on crying, does it not? Uh, he still goes on crying. Previously, he might be wanting, say, chocolate, and now parents have given him chocolate, but still that is not sufficient for him. He's still crying. Ever seen this, ever observed or experienced, or maybe for yourself, if we ever did like this? But do you think is it a bit of a common phenomena for a child? He falls or he when he cries, he just spreads himself on the floor. Hmm? Uh, So now look at this tendency. For a human, it is natural, is it not? I fell down, and then next is what? Get myself up again, get back up again. And sometimes what happens? I fell down. I realize I've fallen down, but what do? I spread out rather than assembling myself back in one piece and rising again. I spread out. First I fall down and then I spread out. And I myself lose sight of the focus. And I myself cry. I myself make a show. I myself do lots of imagination, magnification, procrastination, lots of complaint. I will do everything then what is not beneficial for me, what is not good for me, what is not helpful for me. And later on, when I'm tired of myself, and if I've got the energy and stamina, then either I will stand up by myself, wanting to save myself from any embarrassment towards others. No one sees me and I will stand up. Or if later on, when I have done my tantrum, when I've done my show, when I'm through it and I'm tired of my own crying, own self obsession, then those who are next to me, I can listen to them and then fine, I will give up and I will follow what they say and eventually I will stand up, provided I still have the strength left in me to stand up. And this is how we do in life. Is it any different? Anyone, any question? Do you think it is any different how we work in life? Many times we fall, and by this fall down, not just a physical fall down in our consciousness, fall down in our desire, in our achievement, in our accomplishment, in our peace, in our mental well being. And now the stage is if once fallen down, and then if I rise again, mm, then that is a progressive human being. That is a sadhaka who has realized, okay, I've gone a wrong direction altogether. Now turn around, take a U turn. And what to do? Go back now to Godhead. That is a sadhaka who realizes that I have erred or I have fallen down. I'm living in bodily identity, that is a fall down. I'm living in bodily concept of life heavily, so much caught up in material interactions of the modes of material nature, such strong association with them, such strong affinity with them. Many do not even realize that they are fallen. This is what Arjuna realized, or this is what Krishna told Arjuna. The turning point in Bhagavad Gita is 2.7. That's the real turning point. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava pritchami tvam dharma samudacheta yachreyasyanishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham sadhimam tvam prapannam. This is Arjuna speaking, 2.7. Shishyasteham sadhimam tvam prapannam. Hmm? Arjuna is saying that I've been overcome, I've been taken over by miserly weakness. Karpanya dosha pahata swabhava. This fault, I've been overpowered by this fault. And I cannot resolve this on my own. This is beyond me. Arjuna is acknowledging. Who is acknowledging? The stalwart Arjuna. The stalwart who had won the three worlds, who had even defeated Lord Shiva out of love, mm, conquered Lord Shiva out of love, say, huh? Who was handsome, morally very pious, who was very skillful, the best of everything, say. That Arjuna is saying that Krishna, this is beyond me. I'm in depression. I have fallen down. I've lost it. I do not, I'm very confused. So much so I do not know what is basic right, what is basic wrong. So Arjuna realized this. Good is he did not spread out much. He realized even before 2.7 when he said this, even before coming up to him, it was very quick for him to realize few things. See, for Arjuna, it was very quick for him to realize that, yes, I'm confused. I need help. And before realizing, he poured his heart out. He quoted broadly 5 reasons for to Krishna for not fighting. And he's saying, I'm confused because of this. He did not make any further show. He did not was just crying. He did not make any tantrums. And he left it there and he told Krishna, now Sishyasteham sadhimam tvam prapannam. I would like to become a disciple of yours. Sort me out for good. For good meaning for eternity, not just for this war, not just for this life, for eternity. Hmm. And there onwards, check Bhagavad Gita before 2.8, actually. 2.8 also, I think Arjuna spoke. Before 2.11, 9, 10, I think Sanjay spoke. But before 2.11, how many verses, how many times Krishna has spoken? Only once, I believe. And before 2.11, it is mostly Arjuna speaking. And after 2.11, from 2.11, it is Krishna speaking, Arjuna listening. Check between 2.11 and chapter 11. Between 2.11 and till the end of chapter 10, it is mostly Krishna speaking, Arjuna listening. See. Then Arjuna speaks little bit in he speaks little bit in chapter 6, 9, 11, but more in just response to what Krishna is saying or asking some questions. But throughout listening, chapter 11 he speaks little bit more, but more in again response to Krishna. But throughout listening, then 18th also he'll speak a bit, but more in response to Krishna. And finally he gives his realization Arjuna in chapter 18. Even before in chapter 10 also he gives his realization. But the point being, Arjuna realized very quickly that I have fallen. Huh? Then he did not spread out much. Hmm. He did not quote many reasons. He did not justify much. He did not say it is your fault, their fault, his fault. Look, as a child, when I fall down, say, I tell, oh mother, it is your fault. Father, it is your fault. Brother, it is your fault. Whosoever comes, you are wrong, everyone is wrong. The whole world is wrong. I won't get up. No, I don't want the candy anymore. Even if you give the candy, I do. So we are so egoistically hurt. Why? Because we are very egoistically attached with this bodily identity. Tremendously egoistically attached. So once this is Maya, which even does not let us understand that I have fallen down. That is Maya. Look at our precarious situation. Devotee is someone who can bring the reality to me, who can show the reality to me. Further on, all of us, believe it or not, we live in denial mode. Hmm? We live in denial mode. Denial meaning we deny the reality. Reality of life is what? Birth, death, old age, disease. Hand in heart, can any one of us claim we are living life to sort out these problems, birth, death, old age, disease, for eternity? How much do we discuss that? How much do we work for diseases? And by diseases, not meaning creating some funds for cancer research and trying to come up with another medicine to stop disease altogether or to find what is the root cause of disease, to stop death altogether. Huh? Birth, material birth altogether, mm, old age altogether. No, we are living in denial mode altogether. And this is where uh, sadhaka, a devotee who comes in our life and he helps us understand that look, you are living in denial mode. Arjuna was living somewhat in denial mode. Mm. And best part is he opened himself to Krishna. And then Krishna told him, what? Kutastva kasmalamidam visame anupastitam. Anarya justam aswargam akirtim karam kartum Arjuna. How come this impurity has come upon you? Krishna said, very first thing. Have you gone mad, crazy? You're speaking like Anarya Justam Aswargam. This is uncivilized altogether, what you are speaking. This won't take you to heavenly planets. What all these arguments, reasons you have quoted. This will give you infamy. This won't make you any famous. This will take away all the good character what you have had in life, what you earned in life. You will become a laughing stock, Arjuna. In front of the whole world, you will be a laughing stock by all these reasons which you have quoted. And by not agreeing to fight, not agreeing to fight, to perform your duty selflessly and furthermore. So my question is, Arjuna realized this, that I I'm such a great personality, but now I have fallen in this trap. I'm confused. Can anyone claim they have never felt confused? They were never confused in life. And what is the solution? What is the ultimate solution for us? So Arjuna realized he fell down from his morality. Say he spread out, but a bit. He spread out a bit. Say on those five reasons which he quoted to Krishna, and then handed over to Krishna. That Krishna, this is beyond me. Sort me out. Help me out. What did Krishna do? Through this dialogue, Krishna assembled Arjuna back in one piece. Krishna enthused, inspired, motivated Arjuna to all come back in one shape, one piece. And Arjuna stood up. Arjuna stood up. That is the power of speech, the power of sound vibration. Through Krishna's talking, speaking, and when we chant the holy names of Krishna, when we listen to the holy words of Krishna, we will also be left with one option to assemble ourselves all together, stand up and rise, and take all glory. Glory is waiting for us. Glory is waiting. And that is what Krishna did with Arjuna. Made him not just victorious, glorious, gloriously victorious. Hmm. Beforehand, Arjuna was very much kind of in victimization mode. Confused, na? Confused person, what does he do? Puts a finger. He wants to put a finger on someone, blame someone. These were the things. And now check for myself. Do I think that I understand life? Huh? And do I think am I spreading out more in material thought process, material identity? Hmm. How heavy am I spreading the roots of my material existence? Doesn't matter how much heavy I have spread it out, how much vast I have spread it out. If I take shelter of Bhagavad Gita, if this dialogue, I will be left with no other option than this. To what? Assemble myself. Many times when we fall down, what do? We shake our clothes, right? Shake our clothes and get up. That's the natural. So that is what Krishna is doing. Shake our clothes, meaning shake all the negativity out of us. No negativity, no negative thoughts, no material thoughts, no material identity, no material calculation. Shake everything away. Huh? Clean us all together. That is purification. Purify all together. Assemble in one place, in one shape, in one piece, and then stand up. Participate. Krishna consciousness is active participation in bliss. Can anyone tell us of an engagement which is active participation in bliss? Alcohol, is it active participation in bliss? If it is so, why do people vomit whilst drinking or after drinking? Why do people go in fights? Why is there chaos between husband and wife? Does alcohol not break relationship? Does it make people come closer or break relationship? What is that activity which is giving me active participation in bliss? Social media, is it? We can check for ourselves. I might have strong connection on social media, but at a personal level, can I call out five friends in my life? Yes, these are my five trusted friends. Facebook, I may have 100, 500, Twitter, Instagram, whatnot. But can I really point out, yes, these are my 10 die to heart friends? Say. So Arjuna realized that he fell down. Through this dialogue of Bhagavad Gita, he shook up. Everything negative was shaken up from him, and he brought himself back in one piece and attained victory, became glorious. The beauty for us is to realize that yes, I am heading in a wrong direction. And we can check. If I'm not ever happy, then yes, we are heading in a wrong direction. Uh, It's, it doesn't take long to realize that I'm living in some anxiety or I'm haunted by some anxiety. I'm followed by some anxiety. It doesn't take any long to require. It doesn't take any mathematician to calculate this that I'm haunted by some regular anxiety. If that is the case, then I'm confused, I'm fallen. Now I better not spread myself out. How do I assemble myself? Hearing Bhagavad Gita and spending time with devotees, make myself in one shape, and then rise all together. So, someone fallen in life, a sadhaka, more so becoming a sadhaka, means a Krishna conscious practitioner. Daily Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, daily hearing, chanting, associating with devotees. Then we are left with one option only. What? To go ahead in life, to grow, to grow, and to go ahead in life, to go forward, hmm, and to grow above, as they say, to go onwards and upwards. Yeah. That is the only option. A sadhaka has only this in life, to go onwards and upwards. Now, this trajectory, this trend, this graph, this is a question. How can this graph be maintained of going onwards and upwards? What is the way that I can come to this journey? That I am going onwards now from wherever I am in, at whatever point juncture I am in my life. We all are in a journey. So from this journey, how can I make myself, assure myself? What is the formula that I can continually grow, continuously hmm, go onwards and upwards? This is the question. What do you say? Deepti, Reina, Spip, Asha, Manish, Kanika, others, any thought? The way to go continually. So the question is, say once I've realized I've fallen, how can I make this journey ever progressive, continuously progressive journey that now I should no go back no more, fall down no more, and I should continuously eh, be in this trajectory wherein I'm progressing, excelling always. So I'm going onwards and upwards. What is the formula that I can be in this onwards and upwards? Kindly unmute yourself if you can. And mhm,
Prabhuji, taking the devotees with whom we are associating, we can take feedback from senior devotees to check on our progress.
okay,
More
sure.
associate.
More association, we can take feedback. Any other thoughts? The only formula to be going onwards and growing upwards. The only formula to be ever progressive is devotee association. And this is where PIP, like minded devotee association, which is extremely required, extremely, it is indispensable to have like minded devotee association, is a must for the attainment of Godhead. It is a must. Like-minded devotee association, wherein there is no looking back. Like-minded devotee association means no looking back, no turning around. Then in that fired up devotee association, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, nowadays like now with so much of rapid technological advancement, if I may say, what mentor, heavy, all heavy though, life coach, trainer, mentor, counselor, all this. But genuinely taking elevated Vaishnavas association, if I'm in good association, there should be no reason for me to look behind. No reason. Then always excelling. Ah, next thing is attainment of Golok only for us. That should be our resolve in life. This is what happened with Arjuna, and this is what is going to happen with us, provided we are taking Guru Padashram, shelter of the lotus feet of a devotee of Krishna. If we are taking that, the same journey, what Arjuna went through, the same realization, the same glories awaiting us. Important for me to is acknowledge. Acknowledgement is a great start. Important for me is to acknowledge that, okay, am I fallen? Hmm? Physical fall is easy to see, na, Baba, I fell down. And physically it's easy, shake up and get up. Now to see, am I fallen in the spirit of life, in the participation of life? And by fallen meaning, that is also perhaps easy to understand. That am I being haunted by stress, anxiety? Do I understand what life is in reality? Something on those lines. Is my happiness dependent? If anyone is having dependent happiness, very dangerous. What do we mean by dependent happiness? Dependent happiness meaning, is my happiness dependent on job security, on house security, on wife security, husband security, children security? All this, is my happiness dependent on my education, on my own caliber? These are all dependent happiness. Arjuna realized this. Great Arjuna realized. The day I realize that I am fallen, I will take shelter of Krishna. And the day I take shelter of Krishna, I will experience I am now going onwards and upwards. Now it is keeping that devotee association. So for us practicing sadhaka, or anyone in general, someone who is human is born intelligent. That much consolation should be given to him or her. Doesn't matter whichever country and say whatever background, circumstances, situation. Someone who is born human should be a worthy of our respect. Right? Baba, human life he has attained. How can I not respect him or her? Now thing is, a good devotee is one who is a good devotee, who can help me understand I'm living in denial. Is this not the job of a sadhu? To expose the nakedness of this material world. That is the first job of a sadhu. To expose the nakedness which I am having in my heart, the faults which I am carrying in my heart. That is the very first job. Krishna did that. Kutastva kasmalamidam. Asochan anvasocastam pragyanvadamscha bhasasa. Gatasu na gatasumscha nanu shochanti pandita. Right? You're speaking words like as if a pandit, but you are speaking rubbish, foolish. Krishna did that. Krishna shook Arjuna up. Come out of your denial mode. Prabhupada did this. See his classes. You're not this body, you're a spirit soul. That is helping us understand, wow, I'm living in misidentity crisis. I'm living in denial mode. But then sadhu does not end there. Then he tells us, you have a spiritual body. You have a spiritual relationship with Krishna. Eternal relationship, eternal bodies, eternal glory is waiting for you. Now associate with devotees, chant Hare Krishna and attain your true worth. That should be the role of a sadhu, to help us come out of denial mode, to show us the reality. What reality am I carrying? A sadhu role should be to annihilate my ego. He should crush my ego, not he should not flatter my pride. He should not pump up my pride or ego. First thing, crush my ego. And next, then, of course, sadhu doesn't mean crushing the ego, does not ever mean that be insulting, be rude, be offending. No. Krishna shouted at Arjuna, but in that shout there was love, care, concern. There was Krishna was never offending to Arjuna, never insulting. He never manipulated Arjuna. Rather, he brought forward Arjuna's real word to him. It is not by manipulation that I can help someone improve. But what to do in conditioned world, I know manipulation only. So I try to manipulate to help someone then. We don't want that sort of word jugglery. Bhagavad Gita is no word jugglery. It is no mind jugglery as well. These are the should be the job of a sadhu. uh, to to really shake someone's knowledge altogether. That your knowledge is completely based on earthly platform. And then what? Once one is in denial, shake them in denial mode. And then out of love, care, humility, when one is shattered apart, na, then out of love, care, humility, seal him back in one piece, uh, and help him experience active participation in bliss. So, with this prayer, with this mood, with this hope, aspiration, desire, uh, we become ever grateful to Bhagavad Gita. We become ever beggar of mercy. Uh, I should day in, day out realize that I am a student of Bhagavad Gita. I should day in, day out, every moment that I'm wanting to be a student of Bhagavad Gita. The day I become a student, Krishna will accept me. So, with this mood, prayer, inspiration, we further continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, text 1 to 3. It should come on the screen now. And Kanika, you can read the translation, just the translation. I'll quickly go through the Sanskrit. Shri Bhagwan Vacha Abhayam Sattva Samsuddhir Jnana Yoga Vyavastiti Dhanam Damascha Yagyascha Swadhyastapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodas Tyaga Shantirapashanam Daya Bhuteshva Alaluptvam Madhavam Ririchapalam Tejashama Shaucham Adroho Natimanita Bhavanti Sampadam Devim Avijatasya Bharata. Kanika, just read translations, please.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, re- renunciation, tranquility, aversion of fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcend, transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature.
Haribol! I would say everyone, we all should unmute and give a big Haribol for Kanika. Very nice.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol!
Haribol.
Bol.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Yeah, very nice, Kanika. Thank you. So we read this translation in purport previously. See, Bhagavad Gita is such a loop. So Rena, scroll down. Scroll down in the purport. Um, Swadhyaya. Let's discuss little bit from Swadhyaya. And uh, yeah, from Swadhyaya, then tapas, austerity, ahimsa, satyam, akrodha. Let's try to just check this. Okay, then a screen can be removed, huh? Yeah, from here, Swadhyaya, we'll try to discuss a bit. See, Bhagavad Gita actually is such a text. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chaitamit. It should put us in, in this, say, an eternal loop. In the sense, we should get stuck. Oh, 16.123. Hmm? These sloka discuss on the 26 qualities of a devotee. Another meaning of devotee is what? A gentleman, a gentle person. That's also like, yeah, devotee, gentle person. 26 qualities of a devotee. Now, uh, this our understanding is on the surface, and it actually can be on the surface only. We can never go deep in Bhagavad Gita study. Never go deep. कहाँ कितना deep जा पाएंगे? How much deep can we go? If something is deeper than the ocean, how much deep can I go? And if something is higher or vaster, say, than the sky, how much high can we go? Yeah? But this is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavatam is certainly easily good enough for us to get drowned fully. So this is where we can go in loop. As in 16th chapter, we can read it over and over again. 15th, 14th, 10th, 11th, 9th, wherever. We can read Bhagavad Gita over and over again, any chapter, anywhere, front to back, back to front, any times, multiple times. Now, is there any other activity in life which we can do multiple times and get higher joy? Tell us this, take this as a question. Give us an engagement and activity which we can do repeatedly and never complain about it. And the more we do, the more happy we become. If one can find such an activity, then yes, one has found God. That is the godly activity. That is spiritual activity. That an engagement where I can put myself day in, day out. I can do again and again. And the more I do, the more happy I become. The more I do, the more I know myself. The more I do, the more I am clear in life. And furthermore, okay. See, we should never end glorifying Bhagavad Gita and glorifying Krishna and glorifying his devotees. Life is meant to glorify God. Human form of life, especially, is meant to glorify God. And such a poor, miserable human life if one cannot glorify God. Oh, he is the most poverty-stricken person in the world who has not had found a relationship with Krishna. The most poverty-stricken person. Now check it out. Am I that the most poverty-stricken person? Have I made a relationship with Krishna or still not made it? है ना? Check it out. Is it me, the most poverty-stricken person? Or am I think that yes, I've got a direct connection with Krishna. I've got a relationship with Krishna. I've established, I've solidified, consolidated. If not, then I am the most poverty stricken person in this world. And then who needs help? I need help. Who needs compassion? I need compassion. Krishna, kindly be compassionate upon me. What is the best compassion for me? Sadhu Sang. Devotee association is the best compassion for me. Bhagavad Gita is universal. Don't take it like a Hindu textbook. Don't mistake it to be a Hindu textbook. It is universal, it is scientific, completely non sectarian. When a person dies, just seeing the body, can one make out? Oh, He's a Hindu or a Muslim or a Sikh or a Christian or a Jain or a Jew or a Zoroastrian or whatnot. Seeing the blood can one make out. This is Hindu's blood. This is Muslim's blood. Hmm? Seeing one's nails, seeing one eye, can one make out? No. That is all material designations. These are all material designations. We are soul proper. Mahaprabhu's teachings, we are Das, Das, Anudas. Gopi Bharta Pad. Who's Das? One who is a maintainer of the gopis. Gopi Bharta Pada Kamalyor. Das, Das, Anudas. So don't take Bhagavad Gita to be a Hindu textbook, Hindu religious textbook. Don't make this mistake. We don't make this mistake. So, yeah, I mean, previously also we read this purport, but we couldn't discuss much of these qualities. I'm sorry for that. Huh? Please forgive. And also, I don't know, time is always a constraint on our part. We are always short of time, so I'm not sure how much, but let us see. Swadhyaya. Vedic studies meant for brahmacharya or student life. Before coming into Krishna consciousness, can anyone in this group and in general check it out? Before coming into Krishna consciousness, how many of us knew this word brahmachari or brahmacharya? What does it really mean? How commonly did we used to hear this? Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Were it known to us so much and the meaning of them? No, I doubt. I don't think so. If at all on the surface, and it never pinched anything to us. And now, practicing Krishna consciousness by the blessings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, His purports, uh, we are trying to somewhat understand. So, Swadhyaya, Vedic studies meant for brahmacharya or student life. It says in the purports, brahmachari should have no connection with women. They should live a life of celibacy and engage the mind in the study of Vedic literature for cultivation of spiritual knowledge. Swadhyaya. Adhyaya means adhyan, study. Swadhyaya means something which helps me come to my real identity. Uh, Study of the soul proper. Bhagavad Gita is Swadhyaya. More than Swadhyaya, Bhagavad Gita is Atmadhyaya. It helps me attain my highest, say, caliber. So, this doesn't mean that we do not study ABCD 1, 2, 3, 4. Ka, kha, ga, ga, nahi padhe kya? No, we study mathematics, we study engineering, we study lawyer, doctor, engineer, all these studies, fashion designing, whatnot, and all. Well, some courses studies are anyways not very worth studying. But whatever is required, we should do study to help keep the body and soul together. Mm. But all that should help us to come to studying Bhagavad Gita. Why a sadhaka should be like this only? Why do you want to study ABCD? Well, I want to study ABCD so that I can study Bhagavad Gita. Why do you want to study Kakhaga so that I can study Bhagavad Gita? Why do you want to study 1, 2, 3, 4 so that I can study Krishna consciousness? What's the point in studying just 1, 2, 3, 4, Ka, Kha, Ga, A, B, C, D, and not understanding Krishna consciousness? Any worth? No. Khoda pahad nikli chuya. This is an Hindi expression. I don't know the English. There's no English equivalent. But see, Manish others say, is it any worth khoda pahad nikli chuya? Meaning, we do a hard labor, extremely hard labor. And what do we get out of it? Very fickle, minute enjoyment. Very fickle, minute return on investment. That is material life. Hard labor, hard struggle for existence. And what do you get? 2-minute enjoyment. Can we claim, okay, bring any material enjoyment or any enjoyment which lasts for more than 10 minutes, which lasts more than 30 minutes? Going to into a restaurant, eating good food, After that, how long do we feel happy? Going into a marriage, very nicely dressed, sari, lehenga, ghagra, makeup and all. Once the marriage party is over, how long does that happiness last with us? Batao bhai. Going into a good job, got the promotion. Is it sustainable happiness? Where does sustainable happiness lie? Where does it lie? If I have a desire to be ever happy, then there must be a platform, there must be a realm, there must be a space, there must be a process to be ever happy. That is Krishna consciousness. So explore Krishna consciousness. Study Bhagavad Gita thoroughly. Brahmacharya life means what? Life of purity, celibacy. And again, Brahmacharya is not just the theka meaning contract. It's not just the contract of a male body person to be brahmachari. It's not just the theka or contract of a male body person to sign this vow of celibacy and take saffron robe, sadhu dress, the dress of a monk, hmm, and live like a brahmachari. Of course, that should be the first prerogative of a male body person to, and throughout prerogative, to be pure, to respect women, and in general also. To be pure, but it is not just restricted to a young male body person. Even for women, even for elderlies, the principle of purity has to be taken into account. Purity means what? No exploitation in any manner. So purity means what? Helping someone grow. So if that is my mood, helping myself grow, helping someone grow, I can never be exploitative. Life gives us only two choices, two options, or three, say. One is what? Facilitator. Another is exploitator. And third is in between. One is facilitator, another exploitator, third is in between. Facilitator is one who is facilitating others into real pleasure. Exploitator is someone who is very self centered, who is exploiting for his own agenda. Facilitator is someone who is sacrificing for others' agenda, yeah, for the family, then colony, society, community, then state, town, county, then for the nation, then for the in- United Nations, for Earth, for humanity, for all living beings, for Earth, for the entire material world. That is like a facilitator. And the highest service is engaging someone in Krishna consciousness. That is the highest service. That is the highest facilitator. Exploitator is someone who doesn't think of the material world, who doesn't think for the welfare of the three worlds, who doesn't think for the welfare of the earthly planet, who doesn't think for the welfare of the all nations, who doesn't think for the welfare of the country, the society, the family, who is trying to exploit for his, who is securing his agenda first, and then he's happy to share with others, but his agenda first. So, and of course, the third, the in betweeners, who are a bit into facilitator, a bit into exploitator. Now we can check for ourselves where do we want to go. Education should make us facilitator, not exploitator. Should it not? This academic education, should it not help us become a facilitator or exploitator? But check it out. How much are we becoming facilitator and how much exploitator? So brahmachari life, one who is a facilitator, one who facilitates, not exploit. No, that brahmacharya life who is accepting a training to completely give up sense gratification. and aim for sannyas. Again, sannyas is more of a consciousness, also more of a principle as well. And sannyas is not just the responsibility of someone in male body. A female body devotee also has to take sannyas through consciousness, through principle, that no more sense gratification. Ah, that is sannyas, not just external, not just external. External is superficial. How long does external last? Baba, this external body, how long is it lasting for? Huh? Can anyone has saved his or her childhood? Hmm? External does not last. Childhood does not last. Youth does not last, will not last for long. But the spirit to be ever happy, it is there in a childhood body, in a youth body, in a matured body, in an old age body. It is there. Now it is exercising that spirit, coming in line with that spirit. Ah, so again on the very question, if someone has fallen down, he has only one thing left in life, and I'm sure Grace has the answer for it. What do you say, Grace? Someone falls down, say physically or emotionally, sentimentally, morally, in whatever capacity, what is the option left for him?
To get back up?
That's our Grace. Yes. Carry on. Add more. Anything more, Grace?
To keep walking, to keep trying.
Very good. See, that's our Grace. Carry on, Grace.
That's right.
Who is a failure? One who has stopped trying is a failure. Not one who has not got the result, the required result. No. One who has stopped trying is a failure. One who has given this belief to himself, I cannot do it. I cannot become a devotee. Hmm. Or Krishna consciousness is not for me. The principles are too lofty and all. This is why we need satat, continuous devotee association. Renas, bring this Srimad Bhagavatam 11:26-26 on screen. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:26-26. So, someone, it's a great start to acknowledge that I have fallen. That's a great start. Problem what we do is once I fell down, generally a conditioned soul, a human being, this is a human being problem. A human being when falls down, he likes to spread out then. He likes getting attention. Na? He likes to spread out and cry and create a tantrum, create a show and complain and point fingers on others. But a spiritual practitioner, it shouldn't take him any long to recognize, to acknowledge that I've fallen down and get back in one place. And for a spiritual practitioner, it's only one journey, onwards and upwards. That is Bhagavad Gita. ततो दूसंगम उत्सृज्य सत्सु सज्जेत बुद्धिमान संत एवश चिंदन्ति मनोव्यासंगम ukti bhi. Grace, you can read the translation.
So it's just the, okay, I see it. An intelligent person should therefore reject all bad association and instead take up the association of saintly devotees whose words cut off the excess attachment of one's mind.
Yeah. Tato dusangam utsirjya. See, in our Sanskrit study, Bhagavad Gita study, uh, wherever the word tato comes or tasmat comes, that means therefore. Renas, the screen can be brought up again. Huh? Therefore, wherever there is therefore, it is a very pivotal thing. It is very important. In this Vedic scriptures, there is this aphorism. Atato Brahma Jigyasa means now is the time to inquire. Or it means Therefore, inquire. Therefore, inquire. So this therefore is very turning point. Na? Therefore brings a good turning point. Therefore, so wherever in Sanskrit, na, in our Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam study, tato, tasmad, they take us, then they give us, okay, we have gone wrong somewhere, and therefore this is the solution or come about. So tato du sangam utsirja, bad association, du sangam. Utsirja means cut off, take off altogether, not gently, cut it off. Hmm, that is material attachment. Cut it off altogether. Satsu sajjita buddhiman. Someone who is born human, someone who is been rewarded or awarded this human form of life is deemed intelligent. Huh? Now is the journey to become wise. From intelligence to become wise. That's the journey. Satsu sajjita buddhiman. Santa eva se chindanti. This is the role of a saintly person. Chindanti means cut off. This is the role of a saintly person to expose, to tell the world, the society, that how wrong the society is heading in what direction. Yeah? To shake someone up altogether is the role of a saintly person. This is what Prabhupada did, and the saintly people are doing. Mano Vyasangam Ukti bhi. Vyasangam. Vyasan means heavy attachment. Ukti bhi words. Sadhus, a saintly person. What is the highest power in this world? Speech. One speech. Hitler used to get people fired up, not by his mustache, I believe, not by his biceps, I believe, not by his height, I believe, I think, yeah. Height wise, maybe he was a bit short. Mustache wise, also, I think he was a bit short. Biceps, also, I think he was a bit short. But he was never short of his courageous speech. Good or bad is another thing, we'll discuss another day. Moral, immoral is another thing, we'll discuss another day. But he was never short of his convincing, powerful, courageous speech. He used to line people in a small room, bring as many people, so that small room, but it will look very filled up, and fire them up with his speech, courageous speech, and people would be giving lives. Krishna, through this dialogue of Bhagavad Gita, fired Arjuna altogether. Uh, Life is to be given to someone or something. Now we find it out, who do I want to submit. So this is what a saintly person role is, to cut off that excessive attachment, to help people understand that how excessively one is attached. How excessively one is attached. And it is material attachments which bring fear. Look at the paradox. Okay, Rena, screen can be removed. Look at the paradox. Society is heavily attached to matter, is it not? Heavily materially attached society. With the view, with the idea that what material attachment will make me happy. But it is the biggest fallacy that material attachments will make one happy. Rather, material attachments make one more depressed, sucks the energy out of one altogether. Arjuna realized this very early on. He realized that I am fallen. He acknowledged, he came forward to Krishna asking for help, not just for this life, for eternity. Hmm? Arjuna realized that I am the most poverty stricken person in this world. So, from that crisis, Arjuna made Krishna connection from that crisis, and then he attained all glory. Likewise, we come across crisis in our life. It is just finding a saintly person in my life, a friend. The world does not need instructor. The world is not short of, the world does not need motivational speakers. The world needs friends. Yeah. If I can be a friend, not a granddad, but a friend. So this is on the lines what we are studying, Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, 1 to 3, Swadhyaya. Austerity. hmm, Austerity means what? Voluntarily accepting some sense control. That is austerity. Voluntary. And accepting some mind control, sense control. Again, Krishna consciousness is full of paradox. For a, for a spiritual practitioner, for a devotee, for a sadhaka, mm, it is extremely difficult for him. For a genuine practitioner, it is very extremely difficult for him to go into sense gratification, as in woman, wealth and wine, worldly enjoyment, news, Bollywood, Hollywood, on those lines and all. And for someone who has not yet found his resolve in Krishna, he is left with only one option: matter and matter manipulation. No, nothing else. Matter and matter manipulation. And that matter and matter manipulation is leading to frustration, will lead to frustration, depression, for sure. Matter means to break, spirit means to unite. So, this is all material thought. When I fall down, even physically, then I spread out. Hmm? All in my material thoughts, I want attention spread out and all. And when I fall down, if I can realize that, yes, I'm not scaling up in life, I'm going down in life, then I can cry out for help. And if I'm genuine, sincere, all help is all around. Help is there, just round the corner. So furthermore on the purport, I'm just trying to skim through a bit. Ahimsa. Venus, bring the purport again. 16.1.3. Uh, Ahimsa, beautiful what Prabhupada writes on Ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence. And what does non-violence mean? This is a question for all of you. Yeah, Renus, let it be here only. What does non-violence mean? Generally, non-violence means not causing any harm to anyone, right? That I'll
Yeah, no destruction.
not disturbing anyone, not hurting anyone, not causing any harm to anyone or anything physically and even mentally, say even uh, morally, emotionally, like that, right? Look what Prabhupada writes. So I love this. Prabhupada says, Ahimsa means not arresting the progressive life of any living entity. Human life is meant for progression. Human life is meant to scale, excel, uh, excel from human mentality to a divine mentality, godly mentality, spiritual mentality. And if I am not checking that flow, as in if I am blocking that flow, then I am the most violent person for myself. Ahimsa, non-violence, is not necessarily always on others. First of all, I need to realize that I'm being violent to myself. First of all, I need to check. Am I being violent to myself or am I being non-violent to myself? Grace, just read this paragraph, Ahimsa, starting from Ahimsa.
Ahimsa means not arresting the progressive life of any living entity. One should not think that since the spirit spark is never killed, even after the killing of the body, there is no harm in killing animals for sense gratification. People are now addicted to eating animals in spite of having an ample supply of grains, fruits, and milk. There is no necessity for animal killing. This injunction is for everyone. When there is no alternative, one may kill an animal, but it should be offered in sacrifice. At any rate, when there is an ample food supply for humanity, persons who are desiring to make advancement in spiritual realization should not commit violence to animals. Real ahimsa means not checking anyone's progressive life. The animals are also making progress in their evolutionary life by transmigrating from one category of animal life to another. If a particular animal is killed, then his progress is checked. If an animal is staying in a particular body for so many days or so many years and is untimely killed, then he has time to come back again in that form of life to complete the remaining days in order to be promoted to another species of life. So their progress should not be checked simply to satisfy one's palate. This is called ahimsa.
Yeah. That's non-violence. That's compassion. Yeah. And conditioned soul, when he takes matter in his hand, that's the worst. To give power to a conditioned soul is horrible. It's like, see how badly we are bitten. Uh, uh, okay, then a screen can be removed for now again. How badly we are bitten. Take this, it comes in our Vedic literatures as well. And take this, like, see how it, and check it out if it's real or not. Say, a monkey by nature is very restless, right? Ever seen a monkey sit still? Anyone here who has not personally seen a monkey in life, not on television, by the way, but say physically, personally seen, not on internet television. Okay, so every one of us have seen monkey in our lives, right? Some of you might be saying, I'm seeing one now on Zoom. Huh? So there's a monkey. Monkey is never at peace. He's always restless. Hmm. He's always up to something. Always up to something. Always up to scratching, doing something. Hmm. Now, a monkey bitten by a scorpio. What will happen? More chaos. First of all, a monkey, and then bitten by a scorpio. More chaos. Then that monkey bitten by a scorpio who is intoxicated. Monkey is made intoxicated. What will happen? Wow. Further more chaos. Proper drama. Mm. Monkey bitten by a scorpion. On top of that, monkey is intoxicated. So bitten by a scorpion, then intoxicated. And what next? If that monkey is given a AK-47 or any other modern latest gun, what will happen? Imagine monkey bitten by a scorpion and intoxicated, drugs or alcohol, whatever form and shape, say intoxicated, and then he's given a revolver or rifle in his hand. What will he do? Abuse power, everything, right? Complete chaos. That is what a conditioned soul. A conditioned soul given power. Hmm. A conditioned soul beaten by this sense of material sense enjoyment. Meaning, where is woman, where is wealth, where is wine? Hmm. Sex, drinks, rock and roll, as they say. Huh? Beaten by this bug of sense enjoyment. And on top of that, intoxicated by what? Pride. Wow. Vanity. Hmm. Pride. Pride of looks, pride of physique, pride of money, pride of education, pride of how many partners, pride of lifestyle, holidays, so much so. Uh, then intoxicated by this, and then what? Wo- Thinking that I'm going doing good to this society by raising funds, by creating this charity, by creating that society, by taking on these many issues or coming up with these many ideas. I'm helping the society. Which brings us again to the same point. Are we acting as a facilitator in the instrument of Krishna, in the instrument of divinity, universe, say, or are we acting ourselves as a exploitator in the plan of the Lord, say? One thing is for sure, no one can check the plan of the Lord. No one. Only a fool can think or attempt to do that. Can anyone check the flow of water? Can anyone check the flow of current, say? We can divert, yeah, electrical engineer, he can divert energy. Someone he can build dam and all and divert. So that capacity has been given to us. Again, human life is a life of responsibility. Human life is deemed to be intelligent. Now we be fully intelligent, fully wise. How do we do that? Devotee association is the key. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Hearing Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the key. Japa, chanting on beads. Otherwise, again, can anyone tell us of one activity, one engagement, which is like active participation in bliss, which keeps us ever happy, ever new, ever fresh? Okay. And again, any thoughts, questions, comments, or any clarifications? See, I may struggle to. Anytime if you have anything to add or ask, please unmute and say. Huh? So, non-violence is not just on the physical platform that putting a gun on someone's head is violence and taking the gun away is non-violence. That is there, but real as this, charity begins from home. Likewise, violence or non-violence also begins from home. First of all, I need to check myself. Am I being violent to myself? If I'm not allowing myself to engage in Krishna Bhakti, that's the most violent I'm doing to myself. That's the most violence. See this as an another example. Prabhupada shares this beautiful story. And see, uh, non-violence, satyam, truthfulness, akrodha, the next one in purport, anger, how to control anger, how to check anger, uh, then protection, tejas, cleanliness, beautiful qualities. We are a bit short of time. See this story Prabhupada shares. A boy, he goes into an exhibition affair with his parents. And the exhibition is grand, super grand. Lots happening there, sports, music, food, lots happening there. And in that exhibition, somehow or other, the boy loses sight of his parents. Parents lose sight of the boy, hand of the boy, and they separate from each other. And now the child, he's like 30 minutes, been an hour, say, and he's having fun in the still in the exhibition fair, and he's trying to enjoy. And parents are also watching for him, looking for him, but they're concerned and not able to find. Now scenarios: a stranger, he sees the boy. Okay, it's been an hour, and he sees the boy later on. The boy look a bit sad, depressed, a bit worried. Of course, a young boy, 5-year-old, say, and on his own. So stranger walks up to him, and stranger does what? Tells, "Oh, young boy, oh, 5-year-old young boy, such a good-looking, good boy, say, what do you want? Oh, come, I take you to the food shop. Take this candle. Take this candy. Take this floss. Take this pie. Take this samosa, and eat. This will heal your crying. This will give you comfort. This will give you peace. I'm being non-violent to you. See, I'm being not non-violent to you. I'm being truthful to you. Mm, I'm being clean to you. All this. So take this. Uh, I'm applying knowledge here. Mm, Take the samosa. Take the jalebi. Take the kachori. Take the chocolate. Take the candy, and eat and be happy. Did he do wrong? No, he did good. But this is not all of it. So fine, he held the boy. The boy was happy. What? Silence, peaceful, happy. For how long? 30 minutes, say, an hour. But again, the boy was crying again. Yeah. And boy is struggling to express himself. Another gentleman comes on the way, sees the boy crying. Oh, he's too full. He had samosa, he had sweets, he had chocolates, everything. He had pizza. Can see food around him. Oh, what? Why? Oh, I think you need going into the rides, right? Come, I will take you into this swing. Come, I will take you into that ride. Come, I will take you into a 3D movie show. You will be happy then. I'm being non-violent to you. I'm being truthful to you. I'm being honest, and furthermore and all, I'm helping you out. I'm not exploiting you. I'm facilitating you to be happy. Right? So, and these are the things make you happy. Fine, the boy likes the rides. Boy na can easily be dissuaded or persuaded. Young children na, young boys and girls, children, kids, they can easily be groomed, say. So fine, boy agreed and went for rides, enjoyed it, but for how long again? Later on, again, boy was crying. Then someone saw and came. What? Oh, you need clothes. Let me buy you new shoe. Let me buy you a new dress and all. Oh, I think you need education. Let me enroll you to a school, college, university. I'll pay you the fees. Oh, everyone has done that. Now a question: had you been there, what would have you done? Is there something more to do for the boy? What best? Is there some? Is this all the best to do for the boy, or could something better or best could have been done to the boy? What do you say, Renas, Pip, Kanika, Grace, Harsha, Dipti? Hmm. Would have been best if someone had taken the boy his or her home. Giving food to the boy is good. Yeah, Renas, go on.
Hare Krishna.
Hmm.
Yeah, as at first I was thinking maybe like convince him to get a book and maybe learn the Maha Mantra. But then I thought about he's probably lost. He has to be brought home. So yeah.
Okay. So you say
If you teach the
bring
boy how to keep himself happy, then he would never have to buy candy or movies or books ever again.
Sure. One thing though, love is never in isolation or happiness is never in isolation. Happiness is in sharing. Love is in sharing. It involves two. But yeah, fine. We'll see more. Dipti says if one can take the boy to his home. In order to do that, the boy we need to know the address. Where does the boy live? Who his mom and dad are, and furthermore. So see, the 4 or 5 people, those who came in the life, they did good. Not saying that they did not do good. They did good, but at a humanity level. Gave him some food, gave him some short-term joy, enjoyment, rides, and all, and for his clothes and for his education, that ways. But the best could have been what? Someone, if you could had asked the boy his mom and dad name or his parents' address by any chance, or take the boy to the authority, to the local authority, to the police or someone that yes, we found this boy in the bench. He has a home to go to. Can you find his home? The best would have been say if someone did not gave the boy food, did not give the boy rides, did not give the boy clothes, did not give him say enroll him into a school for that matter, and if they helped boy connect with his parents, that would have been the best. So that's the most non-violent thing. That's the most truthful thing. That's the most loyal. That's the most educative thing to do. Connect the boy to his parents. This is could be a bit of a material example, but this is what Krishna consciousness or spirituality means to connect myself to the source of my existence. That is yoga connection, to connect myself to the source of my existence. Then we can be ever happy without any external dependencies. That ways. Otherwise, food is there. This world is like a dream park only, na? Dream park. But problem is this dream is temporary. It closes, it breaks. Mm. And Krishna consciousness is also like a dream, but a permanent dream. Never breaks. Permanent dream. So yeah, the boy could have been taught to be very self-sufficient or say very happy and all. Yeah. But happiness also, or love or happiness or this, is not just in isolation. One would, when happy, he would want to share, he would want to bring that happiness out. The best to do for the boy is unite him with his parents. Then parents can sort him out. Although, yeah, maybe parents cannot look after the boy and all, that's another thing. But when we connect ourselves with Krishna, when we connect ourselves with Bhagavad Gita, hmm, when we connect ourselves with the transcendental vision, mission, aim, understanding, transcendental platform, our own real identity, then we are on a onwards and upwards journey. So human form of life is to realize this, that currently I'm pretty much in a limbo or in a stagnant journey. Uh, And now how do I make this journey ever growing, onwards and upwards, ever progressive? Apologies, we have limitations of time, and again, I don't think so. We could discuss any more to our heart's content this purport. I'm afraid I don't think so. We can ever study Bhagavad Gita to our heart's content, because the more we try to study to our heart content, the more unsaturated, unfulfilled we will find ourselves. This is one activity, Krishna consciousness, chanting, this association, assembly of devotees. The more we meet up, the more unsaturated we find. Hmm, that no, it's not enough. And likewise, doesn't matter atheist or theist, that is another thing. Any human being also intelligent, na? So tell us one activity wherein the more we perform, the more we feel that no, I'm not performing, I would want to perform more. The more I do, the more happy I feel, and I want to continue it. And it helps me come to a no complaint zone altogether. That is Krishna consciousness and active participation in bliss. Okay, for now, any other thoughts, questions, or comments?
Hare Krishna. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been thinking. So as we spiritually progress, I think we talked about this last time. We lose material desires, right? So, but if those desires are in a way related with the like daily responsibilities that you have to do, it's like, and then you lose those material desires, but you still have to do those, those uh, your daily duties, right? And but it's just kind of like it started to become more and more difficult because it's kind of like, uh, if you know what I mean, yeah,
Desire and duty are two different things.
yeah.
Brushing my teeth early in the morning, it's not like a desire sort of thing. Yeah, it's a duty, something that the to keep this body and soul together. Going into Netflix is not like a duty, it is more of a desire. And practicing Krishna consciousness, we will be experiencing a higher joy in life. Then naturally the lower joys will be subsided. Hmm. Will come through over it. But something like on duty part, we may do on a daily basis. Many things in our study, work, life, and all, but not get caught up in it. That is attachment. We do it respectfully. We do not neglect our duties, but we do not bring our duties to our heart altogether. We don't spread ourselves in that. Hmm. We do it, we do the needful. Thing is, I should be loving God and living duty bound in this world. Hmm. But what do I do? At the most, I love this world like anything, and I try to do my bare minimum duty towards God. Is it not? Bare minimum duty towards God. Okay, this Sunday I will go to church, or this Ekadashi I will fast. This thing I will go. But where is my heart longing desire? Very much in this world. It should be the other way. I should love Krishna heart and soul and just be dutiful in this world. Hmm? Now, how to get that inspiration? In words, it may sound good, na? First of all, many struggle to appreciate in words as well. But if someone is able to appreciate it in words also, in theory also, how to bring it into practice? That is devotee association. Through good devotee association. When we do japa, when we read, listen, it is this reading Bhagavad Gita in itself is not only just therapeutic, mm, not only just peaceful, it will make us completely pure. It will make us completely happy. So if I understand Venus, there are things like desires, na? Desires doing in our daily lifestyle also say there's some things which may have to do it, like some attending some phone calls, uh, something on those lines and all. Uh, I should do it respectfully without making a face say, do it respectfully, but not get caught up in it, not get attached with it. Just like fire, not touch and go. If someone catches fire by accident, he straight away pulls his hand back, right? We do not embrace fire. Likewise, material desires, we should not be embracing them. No, we will find ourselves nothing but burnt, and so much burnt that even in this life, we will honestly have no energy to recuperate, to come through it. Then take another life, okay, take another life. But human life is meant to be intelligent, so let us not consume ourselves in material desires, activities, thoughts, or attachments. Now, someone goes to job and a devotee also goes to job. Job is job, but it is the consciousness with which I am doing my office work. It is the consciousness with which I am studying and all. Everything. So that consciousness has to be protected. Then the job will also become divine. The study will also become divine. And furthermore. Does this somewhat answer your question, Venus?
Yes, thank you, Prabhu.
But check what is my consciousness level? Do I not love my desires? Do I not love this world? Do I not love my attachments? Do I not love my, you know, what is the most valuable thing to me? What do I love my most? What do I love most? A conditioned soul loves most is most. What is my biggest attachment? Okay, a question, fine. Kindly see if you have any thought. What is a conditioned soul's biggest attachment? Conditioned soul meaning who has not yet realized what is his potential, true potential, even on theory platform. Conditioned soul meaning human being. We could be living in this human body, but we need not be through our consciousness, need not be human. So a conditioned soul, a human, someone who has not yet found his resolve in Krishna consciousness, his biggest attachment is his ignorance. Ignorance. I'm heavily attached to my ignorance. The thing I love most is ignorance. What is this ignorance? Material attachments, material desires. Job need not be a material attachment. If I see why am I doing this job? Why am I doing this study? What is the purpose? If it is to help me connect to Krishna, it is not material. If it is to help me become more happy, it is not material. And happy meaning spiritually. But if it is anything that takes me away from Krishna, then that is Viyog, not Yog. Opposite of Yog is Viyog, meanings that takes me away from Krishna, that takes me away from my original identity, which that takes me away from liberation, say. That takes me away from the reality of this world, real reality. And it is that ignorance which Krishna tore apart the ignorance of Arjuna, cut it apart, completely shattered his ignorance. And we need someone to shatter our ignorance. A surgeon can never do a surgery on himself. No, can never. A firefighter, when he himself is burning, he cannot save himself. No. Hmm. Even a taxpayer, a CA accountant, if he has to validate his firm, he cannot sign for himself. He has to get it audited by another auditor. Likewise, I cannot cure myself by myself. Krishna consciousness is the cure I have to adopt in my life. All inspiration is there. So through this Bhagavad Gita again, in very brief say, Arjuna realized he is fallen. And he realized he not only fall down, he spread out as well. Hmm. But very soon he realized that he fell and he spread out and he acknowledged, he revealed his heart to Krishna. And what did Krishna do? Make him come in one piece altogether and stand up and shine in glory, attain all glory. That is what for us. The first thing is to realize that somewhere I'm not doing fine. Next, help, cry out, take good devotee association. And what is left for us then is all glory. Onwards and upwards journey altogether. No looking back, no looking back, no turning away. Okay, any final thoughts, questions, or comments or clarification? Once again, apologies, we couldn't study the purports very nicely. This 16 chapter 1 to 3, but tomorrow we will go 16 chapter text 4 onwards. We'll read the translation and purports and further. Huh? Okay, so thank you everyone for your patient listening and kind encouragement. And we'll meet up another day very soon and continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.